Membawa pembangunan di kawasan jauh pedalaman seperti di Kampung Nading, Sungai Gat di Kapit, Sarawak ini bukanlah mudah. Tetapi perubahan dan pembaharuan inilah yang sedang rancak berlaku di bumi kenyalang ini. Saya Sinja Eng, eksklusif bersama Tan Sri James Jemut Masing, Timbalan Ketua Menteri Sarawak. Nama berita.
Terima kasih. You think you're alright?
Yes,
Your flight, your 3 jam tadi.
3 jam.
What time did you start?
We started at, kita gerak 6.30.
6:30.
Yeah. Okay, not too bad. It was quite interesting,
Now
right?
you know how difficult it is for young Bahamat in this area to cover the whole area. I have 168 long houses in this area.
In Bali.
In Bali alone.
In Bali alone.
Alone.
So how often do you get to come here?
Or at least once a month. Otherwise
Once
they
a
forget me. That's why we are lucky to have road like this. Otherwise we have big problem. Pakai boat tadi lah.
Pakai boat 8 jam.
8 jam dari Kapit.
Alright, Tan Sri, thank you so much for having us here at Kampung Nading.
Thank you very much for willing to come. You know, I don't think that people of your standing would like to come and breathe it into a long house like this.
No, I love it. This is a very unique experience. Of course, we did take 3 hours to get here from Kapit, but I've been told that it used to be so much longer.
Yeah, it
the
was.
journey.
It was. Yeah, during my time when I first came in, as Ali Yang Bahamat in 1983, and I was still very young then. I was in my 30s. It took me 8 hours from Kapit here, but by boat. Kalau if the weather cuaca is permit, it will take me 8 hours. If cuaca tak bagus, it may take me 1 night to come here. I had to spend 1 night in a long house somewhere.
So 128 long houses. Do you even get to see them all?
Yes, I do. Once. That is why I must come in at least once a week, once a month, do my gathering. Like this, I'll bring in about maybe the group of long houses coming in together. I'll see them.
You have probably one of the toughest constituencies, Bali. It's very remote in the interior of Sarawak. Connectivity has always been the most difficult
During
for
my
Sarawak.
time, nil, except for the timber road. That's all. There was no connectivity by road during my time in the 80s. So whenever I travel, I use longboat. It later when the local industry comes in, they start to build road, and we use it. Luckily, I was fortunate that the timberman said, "Yeah, you can use the road, and no problem." Provided I don't bring big trucks and so on. They use the 4-wheel drive they use just now. They will allow you. They allow me to use give me the accessibility that allow me to visit long houses in areas which is a bit difficult.
And I understand that Sarawak has a big initiative to connect
We have.
entire,
We-
all the villages, all the longhouses, all the skolas.
Yeah, yeah. We have no choice, Cynthia. We have no choice but to connect. Otherwise these people will be very difficult. During my time, mana kita ada kereta macam ini? There's no. Instead, you have long boat banyak di luar over there banyak long boat. Because that's the only access we have now. You have kereta.
When
But,
you come to longhouses such as this and you meet the people, what are their grievances? What do they tell you?
you know what? They're very smart. You know that song just now. We always do that. The longhouse people ask the lady, you sing to them, you tell us what our problem is. So tell me their problem is the jalan tak bagus, the roof sudah tua, 30 years old. You need to repair that, otherwise our roof are leaking, and jembatan tak cukup alang-alang, and the access road to come here. Ada satu bridge tadi kan? That bridge need to be repaired, otherwise they have no access to Kapit. And they ask the lady to do it. Very smart. And I cannot be angry with them.
Gajalai tu suarwai manya de kami upaya nyaulia nyang kuaran yang nak jari de kapda akal bat kami amerat dari kadisi nyamatan kami natan datiti laban kapni dia tosi badau kerja manwa kami dia to minta tuluang de penua inga de wae kapala menteri ngasuh de ngadu kajalai kami.
But this is how the system works. You got to understand this. And this, the meeting that we have just now is, I have to do that, as I said, to appease the God, to say thank you to God for bringing us here. And they'll be very happy. With that, hopefully the God will be kind to them and give me whatever is needed to me, give me good health, give me a bit longer to be around so that I can assist them. And that's why that peering becomes very important. There must be an engagement between me, them, and the gods and their gods, and that the understanding must be maintained at all times.
One final question before we have a look at the solar project in Kampung Nading. Speaking about the relationship with Putrajaya and with this new era under
government.
GPS,
Okay.
right? How do you envision things to be improved?
We can, but as far as GPS is concerned, our concern is to develop Sarawak. Whatever project, whatever proposal that PH government has in Putrajaya that is beneficial to Sarawak, we will assist. That we will do. But if there's any proposal that is not kind to Sarawak, we will not. We'll fight them. So we will support PH government as long as they support our development. That is my take, and I'm sure that's the take of all the cabinet in Sarawak. We've been left behind for quite a while already, for half a century now. It's about time Sarawak starts to speak for itself.
All right, Tan Sri, I'd like to talk more about yourself and also the development of Sarawak, but first I think it's time for us to go have a look at the solar panel project by Saris, which is just right over there.
Come.
Let's go.
Let's go. Go.
All right, Tan Sri, folks around here have waited for such a long time for 24-hour electricity supply. They used to rely on generators, and this project, Saris, the alternative energy system.
Sarawak Alternative Rural Electrification Scheme.
How does it solve the people's problem? People like them in remote areas, in long houses, in villages.
Among other things, they don't longer rely on diesel generator to get light. Another thing, when you have light 24 hours, I think that the whole thing changed. Among other things, the student. There are some students here who are staying here, and they can study whenever they want to, because the lights are available. During that time, mana ada, you pakai the kerosene lamp to study. It's not very encouraging, that's one. And then your manner of eating, your habits. Because a lot of things, kalau kita tak ada electricity, tak ada fridge, you cannot preserve what you cannot eat. So the whole system changed. And I bet one generation later, you can watch the development around here with electricity coming in. A lot of handicraft also can be done. Because they have light. Dulu mana dapat. At night, habis, tutup. If nothing else to do, you sleep, that's all it does. But now, they can do it. You can see, you watch the development, the new kind of development coming out because of light. That makes the difference.
All right, Tan Sri, I would love to know more about the development plans you have, the vision you have for Sarawak, and also a bit more about yourself. And I understand that perhaps you could also bring me to where you grew up, your longhouse. Where is that?
My longhouse in Sungai Majau, that's another tributary of Bali.
That sounds great. Hello, welcome back to Kamek Anak Sarawak. I'm still with Sri James Masing, who brought me here at one of his favorite hangout places whenever he's in Kapit. Thank you so much for bringing me here. I don't think there's a better way to start my morning than by having coffee, roti bakar, and mi kampuai if you're in Kapit.
Yeah, correct.
Why is this so special? Why is this place special to you?
I think kampuai is one of the favorite of people in Kapit here, and it tastes so much better. Kapit and Cebu is the best if you want to eat kampuai, and also roti bakar. One that you miss is the roti canai goreng, which is Kapit speciality. Maybe when the time permits, you have to try it.
I heard that you must try roti canai goreng if you're in Kapit.
You must, yeah, correct.
Okay, that's sweet. Let's talk about this place here. When you come here, I imagine not as often as you want to because you have your duties in Kuching. But when you come here and you see the people, do they just come up to you and say hi? Do they come up to you and say, "Don't you have a problem?"
Yeah, that's why this is nice. This place is very public. I sit down here, and people come in and out. And some, of course, they say hi. Some will have a few problems to settle. And this is, I do not like to have my breakfast in a place like hotel for breakfast. I like to have coffee shop. It's slightly better that way. Because, okay, thanks. Because people feel free to come in. But there's advantage and disadvantage to it.
So you've been Adun Balai since 1983. And you've held so many roles at the ministerial level, and now you're Deputy CM. How do you balance it in the sense that you have your duties in Kuching, but how also do you get enough time for your constituents?
I think every politician in whatever position they are in must be able to balance their time. As I said, a lot of people said that as you said, how do you balance out your time? It's a question of management, time management. I am very poor in time management, that I can tell you. But one thing I do not sacrifice is my time with my kuasa. So almost every month I must come here. Either go to Kapit or to the constituency, the long house that you went to yesterday. I must make a point that I go to every long houses at least once a year. I'll meet all the rumah at least once a year.
Well, of course, one of those criticisms that we hear, especially during election, is that biasa tak nampak, tapi masa pilihan raya muncul.
Yeah, correct, yeah. No, I think you should go beyond that. I think we should always be here. What people misunderstand, people in rural areas, they understand they are so much better politicians than we are in town because they will watch you. They see your reaction and how you deal with people. They understand that very, very well. They are better. Longhouse people are better reader of people's character than us of them. And that's why coffee shop like this did very well for me.
That's true. You've been in politics for almost 3 decades, right? 37 to be exact. What drew you in the first place? I'd like to find out. And what kept you in politics for so long?
I came in out of curiosity, a basic curiosity. When I finished my PhD, I've said, well, in terms of education, I've achieved what I want to the highest there is. Now I want to see how the other side lives. So to speak, how does the decision makers live? Out of curiosity, I came in. Because I was supposed to start a department in the university, and and Kuching, you know, after I finished. But as I've been in education sector for so long, for 21, 22 years. I want to change. So I said no. I said sorry, I will not be able to do that. And I was then appointed, to work with the power institution, which is then was SESCO. Now it's Sarawak Energy Berhad now. And I worked there for 1 year to do research on hydro project. And out of that, I mixed again with people. Again, I did a research on how to build hydro project in Sarawak, and mix with people. How do you feel? What do they think about that? And by out of curiosity, I said, I better go something else and do something else. And then I was offered in 1983 to stand in ballet.
And you have never lost
Since then, I not never lost. I fought against. At first, I stood with BN. BN was then 3 years later, I was brought and fast against Barisan National. So I was away for 7 years as an opposition.
So what made you stay for so long?
Yeah. And then after, I'll be honest, I fought them. I personally, as a person and as a candidate, I've never lost. But my party lost a bit during that time. So I came back. I came and telling them, I've tried to fight you guys for twice. I fought you 7 years, but I cannot beat you, so I joined you. So here I am today.
Okay. All right, Tan Sri, there's so much more I'd like to ask you, but this looks really, really tempting. But before I dig in, I just have a couple of questions to ask you, which you have to answer really, really fast. Okay? What is your favorite food? Mi kolo or mi kampung?
Kampung.
Who is your favorite local singer?
Local singer here.
Iban singer?
Iban singer, yeah, Andrew Singalai.
What's your favorite football club? Liverpool or Manchester United?
Chelsea.
Oh, you Chelsea. Okay. Book, fiction or non-fiction?
Both. Fiction, yeah. Fiction, yeah.
What's your favorite book then?
Wilbur Smith.
Wilbur Smith. Okay. What do you miss most about your childhood memory? Name me one. Just one.
My childhood memory.
Yeah. What do you miss most about your kampung?
I think the thing I miss most is the stream and rivers around it. That's one I miss most.
Okay.
You'll see later why.
Yeah, you will bring me to your kampung later. 3 iban words that you always use.
Say that again.
3 iban words that you always use.
3 iban words.
What do you always use?
Nama berita.
Nama berita. How are you, right?
How, yeah, correct. How.
Okay. Your favorite place in Sarawak besides Kamek?
Besides Kapit.
Yeah. Well, Kamek has to be on top,
Oh,
right?
of course it has.
So which is your other favorite?
I think I've been there for Kuching,
Kuching. Okay. Hollywood or Bollywood?
Hollywood.
Do you prefer texting or call?
Say that again.
Do you prefer to text or to call?
Text.
Text. Your favorite superhero?
Superman.
Superman. All right. That's great. Right now, I want to dig into my mi kampung. We'll be right back shortly, but next, Tan Sri is going to bring me to your longhouse, your kampung. What is the name of that?
Rumah Lugat Sungai Majau.
Rumah Lugat Sungai Majau. We'll head there shortly after the break. See you soon. Welcome back to Kamek Anak Sarawak with me, Sri and right now I am at Kampung Lugat, Nanga Sembawang Majau in Kapit. Did I get that right, Tan Sri?
Correct. Yeah.
Well, this is where Tan Sri James Masing, this is where he grew up, grew up.
Yeah.
Tell us how growing up in a place like this, how did it shape you as a person and how that shaped you as a politician?
I think what is important is I said to you that in every politician they must have a root, and this is my root. This is where I was born and I grew up until I was about 6 years old. Usaha saya 6 tahun. Only then I went to school. From then, I don't come back in that sense because I stay in boarding school all this while. I only come back as a holiday or when there are occasions like Gawai or Christmas, only I come back. So, despite of that, I remain in touch with the Longhouse.
Does it worry you that more young people are getting out of?
Yes, it does.
Longhouses?
It does worry me. There is a problem that we have rural-urban migration. In Longhouse, a lot of people think the Longhouse means something of the past, but I don't want that to happen. So what do? We must stop the rural-urban migration. But we can't stop it completely because they need to go to urban area to earn their living, to be educated and so on. But we must create that option for them that they have easy access to go back when it's required. And now my Longhouse, they can do it because from Kapit to my Longhouse will take you 1.5 hours by driving. Masa dulu take about 3 to 4 hours to come. So once you create the easy access, they will come back. I think they'll be more at home in the Longhouse rather than in town.
What is your vision? You're at the moment you've been the Adun for Bali for 37
In 10
years.
years' time, I can sit here where I'm today and call you. That's one aspect that I think that we could do. In 10 years' time, because accessibility will be created in a much better term then. And then the people in this area have a very good option either to go to Kapit or here anytime they want. In the morning, they can drive to Kapit, in the evening, they come back. So this becomes the area from where they originate from, even wherever they are. And that will be the best thing. And this, the land around here should be able to be developed.
What worries you about the future of your kampong, of Kapit, of Sarawak? Because like you say, right, the leaders here are very tied to the local community.
Yeah.
Do you see young people wanting to step up, take over your job?
Well, many people will take over my job. The question is, are they or do they have the right mindset to take
Correct.
over? That's what I'm worried. You to be a leader, you got to be a leader of a community. You got to have the right frame of mind. And that you must understand that to develop this area, you got to be in close understanding with the people that you lead. You got to know what they want. And that's why I think it is very important that people like us have to go over every now and then and talk to people on the street, so to speak, understand what they want. Because different people have different ways, different things that they want, especially between the older people and the young people. You have to match these two together and blend them so that allow them.
How about you bring me around to your Longhouse,
Okay,
because this is
yeah.
where you're born,
Yeah,
and there is actually a rumah
yeah,
of
there.
your family, your
Yeah,
family
yeah,
home.
yeah, yeah, my
let-
root, yeah.
Your root. Okay, let's
Yeah,
go. Let's go
come.
have a look at that.
That's again, it tells you the Masing Sebagai. This is where my family is.
For somebody who's not from here, me, what's really astounding is the diverse culture, religion of Sarawak, the different ethnicities, and how they all come together. How does Sarawak do it? How do they maintain
I think
this?
we have a very good sense of tolerance in terms of religion. So I'll give you one example. If a non-Dayak coming in with different religious background, the first thing people ask, what are you? Do you have any prohibition in what you eat? We tell them. If it's a Muslim, we say, okay, make sure that the things are done in a Muslim manner. Kalau kita mau cook chicken, make sure that the Muslim will come and slaughter the chicken properly, And this tolerance, we don't have to tell them, they know. Come to my bilik, this is the bilik. I hope they don't lock it. Okay, come. There's nobody here. This is what makes it so empty now. Otherwise, we're full of people here, and they look.
So when you come back, do you stay over?
Yeah, I stay here. Yeah.
Where do you sleep?
Upstairs.
Upstairs.
I have a place there. And this is a reflection of what Sarawak is like. One lock to a long house, one lock to the whole of Sarawak. Don't steal the lock from us. Satu padlock saja.
So that is you when you
That's
were...
my family. Yeah, that was.
How old were you then, that one?
This one, I think I was in my 40s, I think, when I was 40s.
That is your 3 kids.
And that's my 3 kids. Oh, but
your
none
wife.
of them with me here.
Okay, so this is where you grew up until you were 6 years old. And I'd just like to get to know a bit more about your life when you were during your childhood. What did you usually do?
Well,
What did you do to have fun?
well, the fun, I'll go fishing. Masa tak ada kerja, you go down to the river and fish. And that's where I learned. And that's where I learned how to swim. Every Iban kid will know how to swim. There is no problem about that. Why won't you learn how to swim? You have natural swimming pool given by God.
So that right there, which we are going down, is the big swimming pool that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What's your favorite memory growing up here?
Just jump into the river whenever I want and fish. And this is the thing that we have. I think, kalau kita tak kerja, there's nothing, when the family don't ask you to do anything, we take our fishing rod and go to the river and fish. And after fishing, we go and swim. It is so natural to an Iban to do that exactly. Nobody worry about you. And the parents make sure that they are adults around with them, just in case some may not be able to swim that well. They will learn along the way. But there will be people who will be there all the time, keeping watchful eye on us as a kid. But after quite a while, they just leave us alone. And this is the advantage that we have here. Because every one of the old adult, will they be around, they will keep watching, without telling you that I'm watching you. We know very well they're keeping a close watch.
And you just don't have just one pair of eyes, you have multiple,
Yeah, all
all
over.
your neighbors.
Yeah, correct. They are all watching you to make sure you're doing all right, make sure you're safe and so on.
Right, Tan Sri, it's been great for you to show us around where you grew up. Just give us an idea about not just you, but the Iban culture and a reflection of the bigger culture in Sarawak. My final question to you is, what are your hopes and your vision for the state and for your people?
I just hope that the Iban people would stay where they are in terms of domicile, and the longhouse culture must be maintained. And my hope that we put in improve development in situ development, we call it, into areas here that allow them to stay where they are and yet earning better income.
Well, that's a nice way to end it, I guess. Thank you so much, Tan Sri, for making time to bring us around Kapit and to bring us here, and also to look at the state of development in this part of the town. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
you.
Astro. It's just so nice that you bother to take your time to come to see this place. Not many people do it here, but you spend the last 2 or 3 days to take your time to come to Sarawak to see, so that others can see how we live, and then give better understanding how the Iban community lives and why we behave in such a way sometimes.
All right, thank you so much, Tan
Thank
Sri.
you.